Hi Taurus, here's a general look at your solar chart for September 2012, and actually every year at this time the Sun comes into an angle, a very good angle to your Sun sign Taurus, and that means that there tends to be a more upbeat or lighter vibration around, which might manifest through connecting with young people, children, lovers, or just more opportunities to do the kinds of things that you enjoy, or things which let you shine your light, and you in your very unique way, Taurus, and you're very much appreciated for that as well, and you're made to feel appreciated or valued in you know, from just the feedback you get or from the attention you get. And speaking of attention, you could be centre stage in somebody's eyes, or in several others' eyes, actually, at times. And some of you could be having a romantic connection, which is the reason why, you know, this sort of lighter, bouncier feeling is around. Or it can be for another reason, where you're just doing your thing in a way that you enjoy very much. Also, some of you could be having more interaction with animals, pets, animals as well. And it can be working in other ways, but that's the general feeling. It's actually a very creative area. It's an enterprising area as well. Some of you could be in a very enthusiastic, speculative mood, or some of you, your creative juices could be flowing, and you're doing your art, whatever it is, and you're getting some, you know, feedback and appreciation, hopefully, for that as well. Now, until the 17th, Mercury just happens to be in a more romantic or creative mood. Also, it chimes in with the position of the Sun, and that means that your mind will be on this more entertaining type area, or perhaps more romantic for some of you area. And it may mean as well that you are thinking about taking a bit of gamble, you're thinking more speculatively, perhaps, but you could have more involvement as well on discussions and correspondence around an enterprise of some kind, or maybe these are billets doux, which are little sort of love notes, and that's another way for this correspondence could be happening for some of you, because actually there's romantic connection here also where Mercury is. So it's a good time anyway to hang out with mates, to socialize more, centered around hobbies, or entertainments, or other leisure and pleasure type pursuits, and to spend more time with young people, children, pets, and just having more of a laugh, and generally feeling, you know, feeling more valued. Definitely a good thing. So admiring glances could be coming your way, Taurus. And then from the 17th, Mercury moves, although the Sun is still in that area until the 23rd, and the new position of Mercury may mean that your mind will tend to then be more focused upon the to-do list, you know, daily chores, the job, duties that you have, maintenance that you've got to see to, repairs, you know, correspondence, just general paperwork, and also it can work here as health matters, so seeing to health matters, and there may be conversations around health, and that might be yours or it might be somebody else's. There may be yes, it may be that you're learning how to have a better diet, to follow a better health regime, so diet and exercise. Now, in the first week, Venus, your ruling planet, is in your communications sector. It's also the area which chimes in very well again with where the Sun is, because it's about media, it's about arts. For some of you, it's about creative self-expression, or it's simply about communications, other types of communications, and connecting up ideas, joining up the dots, but also connecting up. So it's a very sociable area, and that means that you can be, with Venus here, very persuasive and articulate in your communications, actually. And very good time for settling a feud, or for getting your own way in a negotiation of some kind as well. because you will be able to put things, frame things in a way which others don't find threatening. But of course it's up to you to decide to do it. Also, as I say, it's very good for anything artistic, and you might be having more access to the arts at this time. It's more likely that you will be receiving supportive feedback and encouragement from certain others. Maybe it's to do with siblings or soul brothers and sisters, that's their area. But also you tend to see and hear things which you appreciate, or in fact you'll be able to say things which others appreciate and make others smile. It's a great transit though for getting out and about and socializing. And then from the 17th, Venus moves and a warm sociable area floods into the roots of your solar chart, Taurus, and into the roots of your being as well, if you allow it. And this vibration can bring a more harmonious feeling within, because Venus is about balance and coming in here to the very foundations of your solar chart. So this will help stabilize and balance, stabilize conditions around you, but also within you. It's almost as though a sigh of relief is coming out there. And you may be appreciating nature more. You may be connecting with the earth more, and really feeling the good of that, the good that brings you, but also feeling support coming through family members. It can be like that, it's working like that for you, or through your tribal relationships, and that will be over the wires as well. And some of you just having access to an environment that you prefer, that's from the second week onwards, getting more access to entertainment and beauty, but also wanting to create beauty. So maybe decorating a space or doing something outside could be part of the picture. It's a good time for you to benefit materially through property, or through something that you're getting from maybe outside of your space, is for you to benefit financially from that. But also it can be from working from home as well, because you're at home, or at least you're located at a base of operations that you are temporarily calling home, and then you're working from there. And so that can then be lucrative for you, can't it? If you play your cards right. And it's more likely you'll be the visitor to somewhere you really appreciate, or in fact you will be the host, because people will be visiting you at that time. And Jupiter, just a mention of Jupiter, although there's more written up about Jupiter on my website. Jupiter's moved out of your sign now, and it's in Gemini until next June. So this planet of expansion and potential abundance will give you the chance to get things on a better footing materially, and with health, yours or another's, over these many months to come. Jupiter has got potential abundance with it, and it's in your money house. It's in a house to do with money, property, Taurus. So you can do well with this one over these many months. And also it's in a house of your solar chart to do with what you have, what you bring into this world. Before we start collecting things and get labelled as a this or that or the other person, we just come in with talents and gifts that we've inherited. So this is an area to have the planet of abundance for these many months to come, a very good area, because it will help you to maximize what you have naturally within you or about you in the way you look. So that will be something for you to be getting on with over these next many months, seeing how you can turn something which is just natural to you, or a natural inclination, into something, money making, a money making skill. And consistency will be a key word, though, as until October. Saturn is also in an area related to practical concerns like health or daily duties. So you just have to keep plugging away in very practical manner in order to allow the potential abundance of Jupiter to start to emerge and show itself. But if you're listening to this in September, Saturn is going to be moving in October, and so there's not a lot. And then it goes into an area to do with close relationships, and that's a different kettle of fish, and I'll be speaking about that when that happens. Now Mars, personal or professional relationships are likely to be more lively this month because of the adrenaline junkie Mars being in that area of your solar chart. Relationships may mean more physical demands are put upon you for whatever the reason. It's to do with somebody else's actions or requirements. So someone tends to elicit a strong opinion or reaction in you, and you feel a strong pull towards someone, or they feel a strong pull towards you. But once again, patience is a key, good keyword here, because Mars can make you too hasty, throw caution to the wind, and just say something which maybe if you'd have just counted to 10 you wouldn't have said, or you jump in with both feet and then regret it later, because it's not going to work, or it's just that it was too hasty, it was too soon. So the advice would be to keep things on an even keel. You're of all the signs of the zodiac, you and Scorpio are the masters of cool, so you'll probably be fine with this. But the advice would be to keep things on an even keel, and don't dive in until you're sure about someone else's feelings, intentions or capabilities, because the tendency is with Mars here to Mars is very short on patience, is a very impatient energy, and just wants to do things too fast. So it's just, as I say, perhaps sleep on it before you make a decision. But overall with Mars here, a lot can, you and someone can team up together and can be very productive together, whether this is somebody that you know, or whether this is some sort of temporary, fleeting relationship, and you're just working on something together, or doing something together temporarily. But overall, cooperating with someone is favoured, as long as they're not being over demanding and stretching your patience, stretching your vitality, stretching your stamina, because that can be the case with Mars here. But alliances are favoured, they can be beneficial, they can be productive, as long as you both know what you're doing together. This is the thing, you've got to have your area of activity and they've got to have theirs, and they shouldn't be cramping your style and you shouldn't be cramping theirs. But also, if it's to do with maybe conflict or a feud between you and someone, then again you're going to have to, with Mars again here, watch that you don't spring forward into action a little bit too soon or a little bit too hastily. Understand, try to understand things from their point of view, but walking in their shoes. And another's feedback at this time, somebody perhaps neutral, like the referee, can be invaluable, as it may help you to be more effective and functional with this other person, or in this relationship. So like a third sort of outside party, if it's like that, which it might not be at all. Now, from the 23rd, the material, physical aspects of your life here on Earth are going to be highlighted, very much up your street, Taurus, as well. It's going to be a very practical and perhaps service-orientated time for you from the 23rd onwards. And that's the position of the Sun anyway. And if you aren't on my website already, you can see what's happening with the slow-moving outer planets. And also you might like to listen to the forecast for your moon sign or your rising sign if you know them. And they don't pay too much attention to the dates on those, though, because they don't work as well as they do with your sun sign, if this is your sun sign. And I hope that will help you, and I wish you well, and I'll see you the next time.